था सौंप दिया।
जो कुछ भी आज हुआ है वह न केवल भाजपा बल्कि बिहार की सारी जनता के साथ धोखा है।
Good evening. Thanks a lot for staying with us here at CNN News 18. You're watching the biggest exclusive. I'm Ridhima Bhatnagar. The expected has happened. The BJP-JDU alliance has ended. Nitish Kumar, taking the first move, resigned as the chief minister today. The JDU, the RJD and the others will now come together to form the Mahagathbandhan and the new government as far as Bihar is concerned. Nitish Kumar, reacting after his resignation, told reporters and the media that the consensus was to move away from the NDA. His first stop after resigning was Rabri Devi's residence to meet both Rabri Devi as well as Tejasvi Yadav, signaling the power dynamics of what we could see in the days to come. The BJP, on expected lines, was quick to hit out, calling this move by Nitish a betrayal. The big question now that we're asking is, with Nitish having jumped alliances also in the past, what will be different this time around? Will the Mahagathbandhan actually hold? And was this actually a betrayal of the mandate? Before I bring in our guests and our newsmaker as well, let's first talk to you about what has played out in Bihar today and what are the big implications moving forward. Let's break down all those details. The first, yes, you will have Nitish Kumar in the driver's seat as the chief minister, but leans heavily as far as the RJD is concerned. And this is why I said that first image that we got of Nitish Kumar after he tendered in his resignation, this time around he went to move Rabri Devi as well as Tejasvi Yadav, signaling what the power dynamics this time around could be. The second is the disenchantment signals in Nitish camp over allying with tainted RJD, and this is where the criticism from the BJP also is coming in, that this is an alliance that actually will not last. He's made corruption allegations against the RJD in the past, so what really has changed now? Third, in power, new lease of life as far as RJD is concerned. Yes, this is an important chapter as far as Nitish Kumar is concerned, but this is an even more important chapter as far as the role of Tejasvi Yadav is concerned. Number 4. In opposition, the BJP will now be even more aggressive. The BJP was very quick to react. They already said what we saw play out today was a betrayal of the mandate as far as the people of Bihar are concerned. And also, lastly, massive caste-based realignment as the Mahagathbandhan now takes part. So there will be a lot of challenges as far as this new government is concerned. Before I go across to my guests, let me also bring in our newsmaker this evening. Union Minister and leader of the LJP, Pashupati Paras, is now joining us this evening on CNN News 18. सर बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद हमसे बात करने के लिए. आपका पहला रिएक्शन जो आज हमने बिहार में देखा है, नीतीश कुमार ने अपना रेजिग्नेशन दिया, एनडीए से उन्होंने अलग मूव हुए, बीजेपी को उन्होंने पीछे छोड़ दिया है, एक नया महागठबंधन बन रहा है बिहार में.
ये कदम अच्छा नहीं हुआ. इतनी पुरानी दोस्ती थी, इतना पुराना गठबंधन था भाजपा और जदयू का, और देखते ही देखते भाजपा और जदयू का गठबंधन टूट गया. ये मेरे हिसाब से बिहार के विकास के लिए अच्छा नहीं हुआ.
तो आप कह रहे हैं कि आपको लगता है कि लोगों के साथ एक धोखा हुआ है, जो मैंडेट थी उसके अगेंस्ट नीतीश कुमार गए हैं. आपको क्यों लगता है नीतीश कुमार ने ये निर्णय लिया?
अब ये तो नीतीश जी बताएंगे कि ऐसी कौन सी परेशानी आ गई. मेरे हिसाब से तो जब 2020 का चुनाव हुआ था विधानसभा का, और उसमें जनता दल यू को 43 विधानसभा में बहुमत मिला था और भाजपा को 77 सीट मिला था. फिर भी भाजपा ने पुराने एग्रीमेंट के हिसाब से नीतीश जी को बिहार का मुख्यमंत्री बनाया, सम्मान दिया. आज कौन सी परिस्थिति आ गई? यदि ऐसी कोई परिस्थिति थी, मान लीजिए कि यदि भाजपा के द्वारा कोई इस तरह की घटनाएं घट रही थी तो नीतीश जी को बंद कमरे में भाजपा के लोगों से बात करना चाहिए और जो खामियां थी खामियां को बैठ के दूर करना चाहिए। देखिए ऐसा है मैडम कि हिंदुस्तान के इतिहास में ऐसा कोई असंभव चीज जो है असंभव चीज नहीं है। असंभव चीज संभव होना, कितनों बड़ा से बड़ा चीज असंभव हो, राजनीतिक डिक्शनरी में असंभव शब्द नहीं होता है, उसको संभव किया जा सकता है। तो यदि वैसी कुछ तरह की बातें थी तो आपस में बैठ के बंद कमरे में बैठ के उसका निदान किया जा सकता था, जो उन्होंने नहीं किया और गठबंधन तोड़ लिया आनन फानन में, जो बिहार के विकास के लिए अच्छा नहीं हो।
अच्छा, तो आपको लगता है कि अगर कोई दिक्कत थी तो एक कमरे में बैठ के नीतीश कुमार और बीजेपी को इन चीजों पे काम करना चाहिए था, पर अब तो एक नया महागठबंधन बन रहा है, नई सरकार आएगी बिहार में, बीजेपी का क्या रोल होगा, बीजेपी का क्या फोकस होगा अब?
नहीं, बीजेपी अपोजिशन में क्यों आएगा? बीजेपी केंद्र में सरकार है, इतना बड़ा देश है, इतने बड़े देश का नेतृत्व आदरणीय परम आदरणीय श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी कर रहे हैं। देश के प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी हैं और नरेंद्र मोदी जी बहुत अच्छे प्राइम मिनिस्टर माने जाते हैं। 1 अरब 35 करोड़ की आबादी है हमारे देश का और उसके सर्वमान्य नेता नरेंद्र मोदी जी हैं। और ये सब देखिए, ये सब सरकार जो है मेरे हिसाब से सब सरकार चलने बोलने वाली नहीं है। इसके पहले भी आप देखे होइएगा कि 2017 में भी, 17 के पहले भी आरजेडी और जेडीयू की सरकार बनी थी और वो सरकार मात्र 2 वर्ष के पहले ही बिखर गया था।
काफी क्रूशियल है जो चीज आप कह रहे हैं। आप कह रहे हैं आपको नहीं लगता है कि इस अलायंस और इस महागठबंधन का कोई फ्यूचर है, तो क्या आज बीजेपी को लगता है कि जो मैंडेट है उसके साथ धोखा हुआ है?
निश्चित रूप से मैंडेट के अगेंस्ट में गए हैं, क्योंकि बिहार की जनता 1990 के दशक का इतिहास देख चुका है। 1990 से लेकर के 2005 तक जब आरजेडी की सरकार थी बिहार में, तो उस समय का जब याद आएगा बिहार की जनता को और उस समय जो घोटाला पर घोटाला होता था वो सब याद जब आएगा तो मैं समझता हूं कि उसको झेल नहीं पाएंगे ये लोग।
सर बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद हमसे बात करने के लिए। दैट वाज यूनियन मिनिस्टर एंड लीडर ऑफ द एलजेपी सेइंग दैट आई डोंट सी अ फ्यूचर as far as this Mahagठबंधन is concerned. If there were grievances as far as Nitish Kumar was concerned, it should have been sorted out internally. But what is done is now done. Let's now talk about what is going to be this new chapter as far as the politics of Bihar is concerned. We've seen hectic developments in the last couple of hours. Nitish Kumar finally ending ties as far as the NDA is concerned, walking out of this alliance with the BJP and forming a new Mahagठबंधन as far as the future of politics is concerned. He tendered in his resignation to the governor, and then his first stop, and this is very, very important, he went to meet Rabri Devi as well as Tejaswi Yadav, signaling the change of power dynamics that we could see in days and months to come. And then we saw the first images of Nitish Kumar and Tejaswi Yadav walking out, even as we saw the Karyakartas celebrating on the ground. But the big questions and the uncomfortable questions still remain. This is something that Nitish Kumar has done in the past as well. So what really has changed this time around? More importantly, what will it take to keep this alliance together? Remember, the BJP was very, very quick to react, and they're saying exactly this, that this is a man who's done this in the past. So what is to say that he won't do this in the future as well? And more importantly, they're seeing this as a betrayal, even whereas other political voices now saying that the ambitions of Nitish Kumar, the man himself, are larger than any political party. Let me first bring in my colleague Siddhant, who's been tracking all these developments for us all through the day. He, in fact, is now joining us from outside Rabri Devi's residence. Siddhant, I know it's been a hectic day for you, but there are so many developments that are still taking place. I still want to first talk to you about that first image that we got of Nitish Kumar making his first stop to Rabri Devi's residence, wanting to meet Tejaswi Yadav and Rabri Devi herself. What does that image signal as far as what we could see as far as the power dynamics for Bihar are concerned?
just a short while back I met Tej Pratap Yadav and he told me that हम कब से कह रहे थे, कब से ट्वीट कर रहे थे कि चाचा आ रहे हैं और देखिए आप चाचा आ गए. So that is my conversation with Tej Pratap Yadav, and in fact I have recorded it on my camera as well. Now behind me you can see celebrations are underway. This is the chalk right opposite Nitish Kumar's official residence, and next to Rabri Devi's official residence. The cadre of all the three parties have come on the roads, on Circular Road, to celebrate this movement. And in fact, you know what Nitish wanted, that is exactly happening. The messaging is also being done in a right manner, because here, if I'm speaking to cadre, they are telling me that अब देश को नीतीश जी की जरूरत है. So this is exactly the messaging which Nitish Kumar has been waiting for from a long time. And in fact, the way Nitish Kumar went to meet Tejasvi Yadav and Rabri Devi, again gave a loud and a clear message that Tejasvi is future of Bihar. The Tejasvi is going to run the show in Patna. Nitish Babu is going to be someone who will get himself involved in the center's politics, and the challenge is going to be the 2024 parliamentary elections. And in fact, Tej Pratap also said the same thing कि उन्होंने हमसे बिहार ने जो हमें मैंडेट दिया था वो चुराया, हम उनसे देश की गद्दी चुराएंगे. So this is what the sentiment and in fact the emotions are flowing outside Rabri Devi's residence, and in fact they feel that now today Bihar has given two leaders, one for center's politics and other for the state's politics. And this is exactly the message which Nitish and Tejasvi wanted to give, and this is the message which in fact cadre is receiving in a right way.
True. Siddhant, I'll just request you to stay on with us. Our political editor Maria Shakil also now joining us, and she is joining us from outside the governor's house. Maria, first I just want to talk to you in terms of numbers. Talk to us about what this new Mahagathbandhan will look like.
Yes, so in matter of hours, Bihar has a new alliance, I would say. The face of the alliance is the same, that is Nitish Kumar, only his allies have changed. Earlier it was the BJP, and now it is Mahagathbandhan partners, that is Tejasvi Yadav, the Congress and left parties. And everything playing out in full public view. They may have had animosity in the past, but certainly they have managed to iron out those differences as far as public messaging or optics is concerned. Even in that joint press conference that was done outside Nitish Kumar's one animark, right there, in front of the barricade, it was Tejasvi who did most of the talking, and he kept on saying that, we may have had differences, but it was more of a chacha-bhatija differences. So forget about that. It's a new chapter. We are looking at a new era. What happened in 2017 is behind us. Bihar did not witness any resort politics. Bihar did not see any kind of horse trading. It was essentially Nitish ensuring that his flock is united, Tejasvi Yadav ensuring that his support of various Mahagathbandhan parties is intact, and then they came together and forged this alliance. Now, both the sides are certainly waiting for an invitation from the governor's residence for a formal swearing-in ceremony, because that swearing-in ceremony, whether it will happen tomorrow or day after, we'll get a message from the governor's house perhaps shortly. But yes, the transition has happened, and politically speaking, it is the irony, I'll say, of my state, where the primary face is the same. And if Nitish Kumar actually completes his tenure till 2025, then he will be the longest serving chief minister of a Hindi belt state, which will be quite an achievement for Nitish Kumar. What does it mean for Tejasvi Yadav? If you look at his body language and the manner in which he communicated about the new alliance with Nitish Kumar, he did say that Nitish Kumar has ensured that his governance model is talked about. So he lauded Nitish Kumar
True.
as the Chief Minister, and he kept on addressing him as Mukhyamantri Ji. So for all those who may be speculating that whether it could be like a surprise with Tejasvi emerging as the Chief Minister, that is not happening. If anything, Tejasvi Yadav accepted that he will be
True.
Nitish Kumar's junior in that press conference when he kept on saying Mukhyamantri Ji. So I think it's high on optics, both the sides managing to communicate that they respect each other's views. But Nitish Kumar has not openly communicated the reasons why he has walked out of
Correct.
this alliance with the BJP. Everything is source-based so far. What the Chief Minister told his MLAs in that legislature party meeting. But as far as his official press conference or official communication is concerned, that is not there. Even as we speak, the BJP is holding its core group meeting.
Correct.
Sanjay Jaiswal, other senior leaders including Sushil Modi, Ravi Shankar Prasad are present in Patna. There is a concern what next for the BJP. Will they be now going all out? Will we be seeing a strong BJP in its, belligerence and aggression as they have been whenever they are in opposition? Will they be now going all out to not follow any, there was this always that hesitancy as far as the BJP is concerned, whether they should should not be seen as antagonizing Nitish Kumar. That will be gone now. BJP will be going all out. So I did speak to a BJP source, and I'll tell you, Ridhima, quickly. And he says that I asked him to come for an interview, and his response was that Nitish Kumar has not targeted us openly. I said, but all the information has been there in the public domain source base, so we have been speaking to our sources on all the sides. And his response was the Chief Minister has been cautious. So what does it actually mean? Why is he cautious? If he has walked out on alliance with us, then shouldn't he be like attacking us? So until unless he launches an attack, what will be our line of attack, that remains to be seen.
Okay, Mara, thanks a lot for getting us all those updates and that analysis of what we could see play out in Bihar. Siddhant also, thanks a lot for getting us all those details. Let me also now bring in our guests who are joining us this evening. We have spokesperson of BJP Bihar, Nikhil Anand. We have spokesperson of the Congress, Mayur Jha. And we also have political analyst Varun Singh. Good to have all of you on the broadcast with us. Nikhil Anand, let me begin with you first. This, of course, is a setback to the BJP. Nitish Kumar, they're deciding to take that first move, walking out of the alliance and forming a new Mahagathbandhan. How is the BJP taking this?
See, it's not a setback to BJP particularly. It is a setback to the people of Bihar. And mandate which was given in 2020, we were concerned, we assured the people of Bihar about corruption-free, crime-free, sustainable development. Bihar has come a long way from 3.2 growth rate to 13.2 growth rate. This has suffered. This process of development has derailed. This illegitimate and immoral coalition of Nitish Kumar with RJD, the party has continuously fought against the corruption, the jungle raj of RJD. Now it has collaborated. It shows that just to pursue its sheer ambition, sheer over-ambition, he succumbs to any level. He is going down to the people.
So the BJP at this point feeling that it is the personal ambition of Nitish Kumar which is above any political affiliation or alliance that we are seeing, and they also feel this is a betrayal as far as the people of Bihar is concerned. But Mayur Jha, I want to bring you in. The criticism against Nitish Kumar is also something that we've all seen in the past, which is that he's done this in the past. What has changed this time around? Are you comfortable being supporting an alliance or a Mahagathbandhan knowing that this is a man who could still decide to jump the alliance?
You know, there are 2-3 reasons why the Congress should be and the Congress is supporting this new formulation as far as Bihar is concerned. This decision that Nitish Kumar ji has taken is essentially a rectification of a historic mistake that he committed 5 years back. You know, if in 2017 he had not committed this historic mistake, the outcome of 2019 perhaps would have been different. But I'm not going into that. I'm glad that that historic mistake has been rectified. Now, there's also a message as far as the larger idea of democracy of this country is concerned. What BJP is essentially doing to the regional parties, the way BJP is essentially dealing with the smaller parties, At a time when BJP is in partnership and alliance with Nitish Kumar, their national president and their national executive says that the smaller regional parties are actually a threat to democracy in a state where you are actually in an alliance with a smaller regional party. Now, this is about a mindset. This is a mindset that we are not comfortable with. We do not want India bereft of anyone, bereft of any idea. We want an inclusive India where bigger and smaller political parties have an equal play and they have an equal opportunity to approach the electorate and let the electorate take a final decision. Who are we to say that a regional party should exist or not, or a national party should exist or not? This is a shark-like mentality which should be a learning and a message to all those other regional parties which are still, trying to align with BJP on various issues. They should know, and let this be a warning for them, that whenever BJP gets an opportunity, they will be the next on their target list. They are there because BJP is still not strong enough in their respective states to have a shark-like approach. BJP essentially is like a shark in the pond, which is not comfortable with any other fish in that pond, and that is the message that Nitish Kumar has also tried to give to the other smaller parties, other regional parties of this country. This is something which anyone who believes in the idea of democracy should not be comfortable.
Okay, so the Congress is saying we're very sure and confident of the support that we've given to Nitish Kumar, and we're also confident that this new alliance, this Mahagathbandhan, will actually work and it will actually hold as far as its term is concerned. But Varun, I want to bring you in. 2013, we all know what played out. 2017, we all know what played out. What is to say that things have changed? Do you think the Mahagathbandhan this time around will hold?
So, I have, to be honest, I think right now, the way Tejasvi and especially Congress, the way Congress has managed to keep its flow together, the house in order, it is commendable, especially when it is faltering in other states. And I do not see any reason why Mahagathbandhan led by Nitish wouldn't stay. Because, clearly Tejasvi, the RJD and especially Congress has stayed out of power for a very long time. And without power, winning the next future election is very difficult. So they will try their best to stay together. And coming back to Nitish Kumar, I think people do remember the specific thing that he has been doing, and that is visible when people have been voting for him.
But Varun, the reason that I asked you that whether this Mahagathbandhan will hold, considering the fact we've seen what Nitish has done in terms of jump alliance partners, the criticism against him today also is that personal ambitions are above as far as what the party wants or demands. So what is to say that Nitish Kumar will be happy or satisfied as far as just the chief minister position is concerned?
He has made it clear umpteen number of times to the BJP leadership that he doesn't want to continue only as the chief minister. He has higher ambitions. The race for vice president or the race for some other national portfolio that he was looking for, he had categorically made it clear umpteen number of times to several BJP leaders, openly, discreetly, in number of ways, but he couldn't. If you remember, his last speech before the elections was, "This is the last time I want to contest as the chief minister, so please support me." He was always looking for something in the center. He is looking for something in the center that will placate him and actually would be a good farewell and exit for him at national level. I am told, and I'm clearly told, because I spoke to a few people in the Congress who work with the High Command very closely, and they have clearly said that Sonia Gandhi has assured him many things that might work in his favor. He probably might be wondering or looking at, not all is good between TMC and Congress right now. They need an ally like JDU, which can take them ahead. And JDU does have some sort of ground base right now. So probably it will work for them. And clearly, Nitish knows that he can replace many leaders in the Congress to be at the higher pedestal. That could be one thing.
Okay, Nikhil, I want to bring you back in. We heard a very short remark by Nitish Kumar just after he tendered in his resignation at the Raj Bhavan with the governor, saying that there was a consensus that we should move away as far as the NDA alliance is concerned. Where do you think it all went wrong? Because as we've all been pointing out, all the signs were already there. Him missing a lot of crucial meals, him not being there as far as the farewell dinner for Ramnath Kovind, the ex-president, or even the inaugural or welcoming in of Draupadi Murmu, then that crucial Niti Aayog meeting that he skipped as well. Where did it all go wrong?
Nothing went wrong on part of it. BJP has always taken along since the days of Samta Party. In 1995, Samta Party was not having enough strength. We took along Nitish Kumar and Samta Party. We purchased him. We promoted him. Even when he has lesser seats in 2020, we said, and what we said, we did by ensuring that he is the Chief Minister of Bihar. He has derailed the process of development. It is an immoral, illegitimate relationship. And Nitish Kumar is the way he is succumbing to the pressure of RJD. He is going down all the leaders, Rabri Devi and Tejasvi Yadav. It is really surprising. People of Bihar will give befitting replies in coming days during any election in Bihar. And what surprises is, he has created a hypothesis that our national president has said this or that. It was an internal meeting of the party.
Okay.
He said that BJP is the party which works on the basis of ideology and organizational strength. All those parties
Okay.
who are
So the BJP today seeing this as a betrayal, saying a befitting reply will be given to Nitish Kumar in the time to come. But Mayur Jha, I want to bring you back in and I want to understand once again the position of the Congress party and the confidence as far as their support to Nitish Kumar is concerned. This is the same man who had made allegations of corruption as far as the RJD and other parties were concerned. And today they've come together saying whatever happened in 2017, let's forget that. But is it so easy to forget all those charges that had been made? Has that all been forgotten?
It is always much easier for Tejasvi and Nitish to coexist than Nitish and BJP or any other formulation as far as Bihar is concerned. It's like, in the press conference, both of them made it very clear that these and the disputes do happen between Chacha and Bhatija. So, we should not be reading too much into it. The comfort that Nitish needs with Tejasvi Yadav will give that comfort to him. And it will be a very comfortable alliance as far as going forward, the days to come are concerned. So that is not a concern at all. It is going to be a very smooth alliance. As far as 2020 is concerned, let's not forget that the mandate was heavily in favor of Tejasvi Yadav also. The largest single party of Bihar was RJD. So today Tejasvi Yadav has also shown a great amount of political maturity in accepting Nitish Kumar as a leader, of this Mahagathbandhan and making him the chief minister. Because it is this arrangement that works best for the people of Bihar and it works best for the opposition space. Today, with an important Hindi heartland, with a very important Hindi heartland state, the opposition together, a joint opposition together, is much better poised as far as 2024 is concerned than we were a few days back. Maharashtra was taken away forcefully from the opposition, and we all know what transpired in Maharashtra. Every day they are trying to destabilize the government in Jharkhand. Amidst all this, what has happened in Bihar is a fresh ray of hope as far as opposition unity is concerned.
Fresh ray of hope as far as politics of Bihar is concerned, says the Congress spokesperson. Varun, I'll give you the final word, not just talking about what we'll see play out in weeks and months to come, but as far as the broader picture of 2024 is concerned. Today, when reporters asked Tejasvi and Nitish Kumar when they were addressing the joint press conference, as far as Nitish being the opposition's prime ministerial candidate, Tejasvi said that he's the most experienced chief minister and he's always put forward national agenda. Is that a sign of what we could see?
It's good that Tejasvi now knows what the difference between political maturity and political compulsion. You cannot refer to it as political maturity. He knows it is his political compulsion to give Nitish Kumar the post of chief minister, or else we have seen what happens in past. He abandons them. But for the BJP, I'm very sure, and with 2024 elections, the leaders might be unhappy because they had something to lose, but the party workers are celebrating.
Okay.
I must have spoken to at least half a dozen party workers from different areas in Bihar, and they are pretty happy that this alliance has broken. They say that in spite of their leaders being ministers, they couldn't do anything.
Okay.
They couldn't help them. The BJP feels that they need a face right now. You don't see a big face from Bihar who can lead. They need a face. They see that this as an opportunity which can lead them, which can take them ahead, and is something that they feel can happen. It's like वो कहते हैं ना, आपदा में opportunity. That is what the BJP workers are looking at.
So BJP is seeing this as an opportunity. They're going to come back even stronger is what the BJP is saying, and they'll give a befitting reply to Nitish Kumar. Unfortunately, I've completely run out of time. We'll keep tracking all these developments very, very closely.